Hello and welcome to another episode of Battle Ready. Ready, where today we thought we would talk about, what are the really nice to haves. We've talked before about nice to haves, like, measuring tools and things like that. But what are the really nice to haves? What are the things that really elevate your game? Because what do you need to play? Just if you were just going to bare bones it, what do you need?
Models.
Models.
You need the plastic on the base, like for the barrister bones.
Right.
You need some dice.
Dice.
2 measuring tapes.
And a table.
And a table.
Okay.
Or a floor space with some sticks.
Oh yeah, I guess you could do floor space. Yeah, you could do floor space. So, but then maybe you could do floor space. That's gonna hurt my back. So I need a table. So that's all you really need to play the game and have a good time. But I think there are some things.
And objective counters.
Yeah, you might need a couple of tokens. But not really that many. But that's bare bones, and you'll have a good time. I think there's nothing wrong with playing that way. But I think there are some things that really elevate the experience, that take what is a fun game and really just enhance the pleasure, to talk about Slanesh, of the playing experience. What makes it really, really good? Now, there's lots of, crazy stuff out there you can buy, all kinds of modified things, and you don't need all that. But what are the simplest things that provide the biggest enjoyment factor?
Painted toys.
Oh, that's a big one. I think that is probably the number one. Now, Drake enjoys painting, and a lot of people do, but I do not really like painting at all. But the experience, the joy I get from a game with painted models is so much higher than playing with gray. I mean, it's night and day, right? When you're playing with gray models, they look sort of like bleh models on the table. They look like playing pieces. They don't look like anything really special.
Like game tokens, but...
Yeah, they look like they're not that much better than tokens.
Pretty game tokens with lots of detail, but...
Well, but you can't see it, right? That's the thing, is these models do have a lot of detail and a lot of character to them. Some of them have a lot of good movement. But if you can't see it, then it's really just no better than a chess piece, right? And I feel like, but by painting it, not only does that bring the detail out, but it brings out a lot of the character. And even though I don't like painting, I do get a little satisfaction afterward of looking over my army that all shares a similar scheme and being able to be like, yeah, that's my army. I built that. I put that together. I painted those guys.
Look at all the hundreds of hours.
Look at all my wasted time, right? So, but I do think that is a huge benefit. So anybody who hasn't been painting your models, paint them. Not only is it gonna make them look better, because any paint, even a bad paint job, looks better than a gray model. So not only is it gonna make them look better, but your play experience is gonna be wildly enhanced. I really think that is the number one thing you can do to enhance play. All right, what else?
Terrain.
Terrain, that's a big one. What kind of terrain? Because you can use, if you want terrain, you get some soda cans, some Pringles cans, some soda cans, your sister's jewelry box. You put all that stuff out there and you got terrain. Was that what you need?
No.
Okay, so what do you mean when you say terrain?
Like destroyed ruins, ore cuts, burning piles of wreckage.
Yeah, I think one of the big things in playing Warhammer is the narrative and the immersion of it, right? One of the things that makes it so cool is you can look down and be like, yes, my goblins totally are taking on those Stormcast or whatever, right? It really evokes a sense of narrative and purpose, right? And Drake even has his guy, Grimspittle, which is his mega boss that he's sort of developed the story around.
And who can't seem to survive battle.
No, he dies a lot, the Grimspittle does. He's all about the wall. He's not about being safe. But it's because of this immersive quality that Warhammer and miniature gaming in general has. And one way to really, really enhance that immersive quality is with terrain, painted terrain. Now, obviously GW sells stuff, right? And cheap or expensive? Expensive, because it comes from GW. But it's good, it's fine, right? It's fine. But there's also a lot of other companies that produce a lot of terrain. There's a lot of 3D printed stuff that you can print up or have somebody print on Etsy or whatever, paint it up yourself. And there's even some places, Gale Force 9 I know sells a couple sets, there's a couple others, that have pre-painted terrain that you can use, which is
The bestest.
my favorite because then I don't have to paint it, which is because I don't like painting models and I for sure don't like painting terrain. Terrain is the least pleasurable. The only thing I like about terrain is I feel like I can be a little bit less fussy with it because I want my models to really shine. And the terrains, no one's going to look that hard at the terrain. So I don't mind being a little less fussy with it and a little bit more basic in my paint job, which makes the painting easier. So I guess I do like that part of it. But being terrain rather than models, it is way more boring. But I think having that terrain is really, really good for increasing the immersion. You know, when your guys are storming, you know, your daughter's jewelry box, and you're like, no, seriously, but though that's a magical altar
Of gems.
and things. I mean, it's fine. It works, right? It can work. It can be fun. But when you have something on there that actually looks like a magical altar or a burned out building or a crystal something, you know, if you have something out there that looks cool, man, is the immersion enhanced. It really, really helps the game feel exciting because your little tiny mens are out there really taking over little places of things that they would be wanting to do, right? In narratively, right? Because narratively, they're not going after your empty soda cans. Narratively, they want to take over the ancient altar of artifacts. And if you have an ancient altar of artifacts, look good. So I think that is really, really good. If you want to enhance your games, I would strongly suggest getting some terrain. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go out and buy terrain, right? There's a lot of options online for scratch building terrain. We've scratch built stuff in the past. We've gotten some Etsy stuff. We've gotten some pre-painted stuff. At this point, I prefer the pre-painted stuff just because I'm lazy with the painting. But if you don't want to spend that kind of money, because the pre-painted stuff is more expensive, scratch building is an option. And especially if you're the kind of person that likes that, right? If you like that kind of project, well, then you're going to have that and then also have really cool terrain at the end, which is going to enhance it. Anything else?
I can't think of anything else. What about you?
Oh, I got at least one more.
Oh, yes, Matt.
A battle mat. Oh my gosh, is a battle mat so good. Now, whether you get a cloth one like this, a neoprene mouse patty one,
That we played on.
or you just get like a couple of Kill Team or Warcry boards and smash them together, right? So good. So good. Because if you're playing on a table, then it looks a little bit weird. It looks like your mans are on a table. And it looks like the ancient stone ruin of terrain, which you've hopefully gotten, is popping out of the wooden planks on your table. Or the formica, right? It's like, it's not good. But once you put the mat down, it really, really enhances. And it doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, most mats are just sort of a printed image, right? They're not. Yeah, exactly. There's not like hills and dirt and flocking and all kinds of stuff.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, you could totally do it. And
Like having little mounds.
yeah, I mean, there's people, you can look online, people who have made battle boards and stuff that are just crazy cool. But I don't think, and those are also nice to have, right? You could go down that road. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think if you want the most bang for your buck, the thing that's going to most enhance your experience, you need something printed that's going to look cool so that your models have something to stand on and look like they're in a world.
Definitely.
Right? They look like they're on badlands or grasses or mountains or whatever. And that really, again, enhances that immersion. So those are the things I think are the most bestest things.
Most asbestos.
Most asbestos. Painted models,
Most asbestos.
painted terrain, and battle mats. Now after that, there are other things that are good. You can get different measuring tools. You can get different tokens.
Wait, I have one more.
Oh, you have one more?
Yep.
All right, what's the other one?
Objectives with the circle around it.
Yeah, I would put that in that second category. those are nice to have, and we use them for sure because they make life a lot easier because then you don't have to use your tool to measure all the way
And
around,
argue.
right? And argue, right? It's like they're either on it or not. So I do think that those are good, but I would put that in sort of the same category as like measuring sticks or different tokens or something to use for command points, so you're not just writing it down on paper, right? So I would put that in that same category. Those are also all nice to have. But what's going to give you the best experience, I think, are those first three things we talked about. The things, and you know what's interesting about all three of those things?
Yeah.
They're all in-world,
Yeah.
right? It's like the stuff that's out of the world, like measuring sticks and special dice and all that, very cool and can help the play go better, right? They're all good. All that stuff's good. We're not saying that that's bad. But some of the best part of Warhammer is its narrative immersive element. And the things that are going to enhance that the most are immersive elements. Terrain, battle mat, painted models.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments below what you think. Are there things that you think also greatly enhance? Do you think some of the stuff we've gotten wrong and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's nice, but it's not great? Or do you think we've missed something, that there is something that you just feel like I would never play without this enhancement?
18 different Gordrex staring at my table.
Lots of Gordrax. Maybe instead of having a marker to make the line on the floor, you just have Gordrax all the way around.
Hundreds of dollars.
That shows where the edges are. And it'll be an arena of Gordrax. All right, this has been another episode of Battle Ready. Thanks so much for watching.